welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since we have been here, maybe like around 2 months, but we're gonna do a life update to get into my unintentional break from social media and what I've been up to, what I've been going through. So yeah, let's just get into it. First, the last video that I posted was a very emotional roller coaster for me, and I had no intention on taking a break after posting that. I in fact was supposed to post a video the next week, and that just didn't happen. I have been going through a depressive episode that I really didn't see coming. So the entire month of May, I feel like I was so productive. I was pushing out content, and I thought like I had gained momentum, that I would be able to like keep up with that. And going into the month of June, that I would, keep pushing out the content, keep being productive, keep it up. And I had planned out all this content and scheduled when I was gonna film it, when I was gonna post it. Like, I was on track, I had things in order. But life, so I was completely unproductive the entire month of June. Like, I did nothing. And even though every single day I was like, you gotta get up, you gotta film, you gotta post, you have things to do, I just couldn't bring myself together to do it. And the more I focused on the fact that I wasn't able to get up and film the content to have it posted, the more it put me into a depressive episode, because I completely just stopped focusing at all about the task that I needed to do, and was only focusing on the fact that I needed to get it done, and I hadn't gotten it done. So I spent the entire month attacking myself for not doing things that I had planned to do, which is something that I'm like trying to work on, because I do that a lot, just like in life in general. If I say I'm gonna do something and I'm not able to do it, I will literally attack myself in the worst way because I wasn't able to get it done or show up or whatever it is. And half the time it's really not that serious, but because I'm so big on like trying to keep my word, I go through this phase of like being completely upset with myself because I feel like I let myself down. If it involves someone else, I feel like I've let the other person down. And I really need to work on that, because half the time it's not that serious, and if it involves someone else, either they're going to understand or they're not, and it is what it is. And then when it's just concerning me and it doesn't affect anybody else, it's like, chill, like take a chill pill, it will be okay, life is still moving. And because I do that, it pushes me further backwards. I think if I start to look at it like, you beating yourself up for not being productive, you're wasting more time, because you're spending the time focusing on that instead of just now doing it. So it's definitely something that I am trying to work on. And I think spending the entire month of June not doing social media at all kind of gave me a break that I didn't know I needed, to really reflect on the past 4 years of my life. And honestly, the reflection could not have came at a better time, because my birthday is this month, and I really want to go into this next year of my life with a different mindset, and being better to myself, and setting boundaries and keeping them, and just treating myself the way that I deserve to be treated. So everything works out the way that it's supposed to, and you know, God had a plan all along. And just a few days ago, I remember close to the end of May watching I think it was a Sunday service on YouTube, where the pastor was saying like God is going to ask you to take a break, and you're gonna need the break because after your break you're going to be so busy, you're gonna have so much stuff to do, and you need to be able to do those things, but you won't be able to do them if you don't take this break. And I didn't really think that it was for me because I'm like, I've been on a break for 4 years, like it's time for me to, you know, take action and do things. But apparently it was for me, and I didn't remember that until a few days ago when I was reflecting like, wait a minute, I took an unintentional break, but I was able to have revelations during that break that will help me move forward and accomplish the things that I want to accomplish. So maybe in a very weird way it was intentional, and that was God's way of making me sit down again and, you know, get the things that I needed to get while taking that break so I could move forward. And I really genuinely feel like now is time for me to implement every single thing that I have been learning about myself, how I'm going to use that to help other people. Like, I genuinely feel like he has given me all the tools that I need to move forward, and I'm so grateful and so thankful for that, especially because 4 years ago I didn't understand, and I've shared that before, like I just didn't understand why I was depressed, and then having the revelation when I did, figuring out why I was depressed and what triggered me. And now being able to reflect on the entire journey through depression, I'm grateful. I'm genuinely grateful of God trusting me to go through something like that and to use me to help other people. And I know that now it's time to take action and use everything that he's shown me and helped me learn about myself to move forward, and I'm ready to do it. I genuinely feel like it's time and I'm ready. I feel as prepared as I'm going to be. I mean, you can never be fully prepared for anything because nothing ever goes the way that you plan it to, but I definitely feel like I am trusting and having faith that God knows what he's doing, and him telling me and giving me confirmation that now it's time, that I'm just gonna listen and take those steps and he will guide me. So I am grateful and I'm thankful, and I'm excited for my future and my next year of life. I definitely am going into this birthday with a different type of mindset, and just being able to reflect on the past 3 or 4 birthdays that I probably don't remember much of and kind of was just going through the motions and weren't the best experiences that I've had. I definitely feel like this year will be different because I'm doing things different. So I'm very, very happy. I went to my aunt's graduation a few weeks back. She was getting her master's, and I mean, I had been to another graduation and you know, seeing graduations on like TV or TikTok or Instagram or whatever, like, you know, seeing everyone's videos, and obviously like you see that and you're like happy for people and you're, you know, like, oh, congratulations or whatever. But something about seeing my aunt graduate with her master's first made me super emotional. I was crying. Like, I don't know why, but it made me cry. I was so happy for her. But it also really inspired me and let me know that I wanted to work towards getting my master's in psychology. I have been taking courses, but just to like keep me busy, just like not with any intention. And it wasn't until her graduation did I start to think like I want to go to school with intention and actually get my master's. So I am definitely taking the steps to do that. I've had meetings with counselors and I know exactly what I need to do and my next steps. And oddly enough, all of the classes that I've been taking, with the exception of a few that were obviously not a part of any type of degree, all lined up with what I needed to like move forward. And that's so interesting because I picked those classes in my mind just to take them. There was no intention behind them. There was no like, oh, I know I need to take this to get here. It was just, that's an open course. It has this many units, I'll take it. And going over my transcripts with a counselor, they were most of them courses that I needed to move forward in psychology. And that also made me realize like God literally makes no mistakes, because how is it, or like what are the odds that I would be taking courses that I needed for my degree in psychology when I hadn't even really been intentional with that path while I was doing that. And now that I have made that choice, the choices that I had made previously were aligned to that. Like, it's so amazing to me the way God works and how he knows what you're going to do before you do it. And however he placed it on my heart or in my actions to do certain things the way that I did, every single thing that I have gone through in the past 4 years has prepared me from now to moving forward. And I have been seeing that in almost every single thing that I do in my reflection the entire month of June. And it made me think, why was I ever taken off of that path of, you know, getting my degree? Because growing up, I loved school. Like, that was a thing. Like, when I was a little girl, I played school with myself and my stuffed animals. Like, I wanted to be a teacher, and, you know, going to college was like, I loved it. And at some point, I just kind of got lost in that and being like, I'm not sure this is what I want to do anymore. I was just confused about what I wanted to do with my life. But because school was all I knew, I continued to do that. And I realized, you know, during my reflection time that I lost focus because my going through depression made me lose a lot of confidence in myself and in everything that I did, the way that I looked, the way that I carried myself, the plans that I had for my life. Like, every single thing, every aspect in my life, depression made me lose a lot of confidence. And being depressed and not being able to physically do anything, mentally do anything, emotionally do anything, like, I was checked out while still being coherent, was a very strange experience for me. And it made me feel like I'm taking courses, but I don't have it in me anymore, and I don't think that I'm even capable of getting a degree. Like, I at some point thought I wasn't smart enough, that I wasn't intelligent enough, that I, you know, didn't have the work ethic anymore to really go for it. And because of that, I, you know, slacked off, and I always passed my courses, but it was like I wasn't serious about it. And so I think with all of that, it just made me doubt myself a lot. And so it just was no longer a goal for me to finish school. It was just, I'm taking courses to take them until I don't take them anymore, and you know, it is what it is. But I think seeing my aunt graduate and as emotional I got because of watching her, it kind of like connected the dots for me to understand why I lost confidence in myself, or why I felt like, you know, school is not a route that I want to go anymore, to now all of a sudden I want to get my master's degree. Like, not just my bachelor's, but I want to go for my master's degree. It made me realize that's why I stopped taking school serious, because I just lost confidence in myself and I no longer felt like I was capable of doing it, even though I've always been a really good student and I've always passed every class that I took with an A or a B. Like, even seeing that I was still getting good grades and I was still, you know, being a good student, I was so checked out and I was like going through the motions of school that still, even though I was seeing like, okay, I got a good grade on something, it wasn't translating like, that's your work ethic, or, you know, that's because you can do this. It was just, I don't know how I got it, I just got it. And I am happy that I was able to like connect those dots and bring myself back to a goal that I had previously had, and like being aligned with my purpose and seeing how every choice that I made, no matter how unknowingly I was doing it at the time, was still aligned with my purpose, and that nothing I did was in vain and nothing I did was like not needed, I guess. So I feel more and more like myself every day, and I'm grateful for that, because for a long time I lost who I was. I didn't, you know, I no longer knew who I was, and I felt like I was living my life for everyone else around me, and I wasn't doing things that like made me happy or that I enjoyed doing. It was more of like, well, someone else will be happy if I do this, and, you know, someone else will enjoy if I do this, so I'll do it. And seeing them be happy or seeing them enjoy it makes me happy or makes me enjoy it. But nothing was like, if I did it by myself, would it still genuinely make you happy? And I feel like now I'm getting to a point where I am living for myself, and I'm learning to do things that make me happy and to put myself first, and knowing that all the choices that I'm making and, you know, things that I'm doing to move forward are no longer for other people, that they're for myself. And even if they were things that I was doing before for other people, I'm able to see now, like, okay, some of those things that I was doing for other people are things that I could enjoy, or are things that, you know, I like to do. But now let me make sure that I'm doing them because I want to do them and not just because of somebody else. So I am just, you know, grateful for this time of reflection that I've had, and, you know, going into this month, you know, going into, you know, July, feeling good about myself and being confident, and going into my next year around the sun, you know, with a different mindset and being a better person. And I'm grateful that, you know, God sent me on this journey, even though in the moment I felt like this is taking too long, this is taking forever, I don't understand. Like, I was very confused, but now looking back, I can see that there was a reason for everything, and that everything was aligned with my purpose. And if I could go back and change anything, I wouldn't, because I don't believe that I would be able to be the person I am today had I not gone through what I've been through the past 4 years. So I'm very grateful and thankful, and I can't say enough how grateful and how thankful I am. And, you know, to everyone, I'm not sure that everyone in my life watches my videos, but if you do, everyone that is in my life that has, you know, supported me through everything and has loved me unconditionally and accepted me for who I was and who I am now, and, you know, just supporting me no matter how hard it has been, because I know that it has been hard on everyone, not just me. And there are people that I've lost. There are people that, you know, we're just, you know, in two different paths, and that's totally fine. I am just grateful and thankful for the people, new and old, that are in my life and I'm able to continue to grow with. And God has blessed me with rekindling old friendships that they weren't ended on bad terms, just, you know, how sometimes you just kind of like lose connection with people. And he reconnected me with people at times when I really needed and didn't know that that's what I needed. And I'm so grateful to those friendships. I'm grateful to new friendships that I have made, because, you know, going through what I went through has allowed me to like open myself up and be receptive to new people, because I'm such an introvert and I am not one to like go and like introduce myself to someone and talk and like have a conversation. And I'm a nice person and I'm very kind, but I'm more comfortable when people come up to me and talk to me than me going up to other people. And so it's like, you can't make new friends that way. There are people that will come up to you, but a lot of people, you can't expect for people to like just come up to you. But even with me being how I am, I've still been able to create new friendships, and I'm so grateful for that, because they are people that are so supportive and so loving. And I just want to make sure that going into this new phase in my life, that I'm able to give them the type of love and support and friendship that they also deserve. So I'm glad that I am able to keep the best parts of me going through, you know, depression, but also the new parts of me that I now know how to maneuver. I can take those into new relationships, and to have them, you know, with relationships that I have had and that have, you know, I've been able to take through these past 4 years with me. It has also strengthened friendships and relationships with other people, which, to be honest, I would not have expected, just because it's really hard to go through depression on your own, but to expect other people to go through it with you as well is really hard to ask of people. And I feel like I've done my best to not ask that of anybody or expect it out of anyone, but grateful for the people that have. And, you know, everyone in their own entity has, you know, done their part of what they could give, or, you know, how they could support me. And those people that are still in my life that did not make me feel any way about what I was going through, and was just supportive about what I was feeling, and, you know, checking in and, you know, doing all those things. I'm just so grateful. And so, like, I just love you guys so much, because it's not common to have a support system when you are, you know, suffering from mental illnesses. And there are a lot of people in the world that don't have support systems, and it makes it a lot harder to go through when you don't. And me being blessed to have had any type of support system, I'm so extremely grateful, because I have supportive family, I have supportive friends, and I really needed that. And so I'm so grateful to every single person that has helped me and been there for me. And even to those that are no longer in my life, I'm also thankful to those people, because they also taught me how to be better to myself and how to move on from things and let go of things and not hold on to, you know, not hold on to anything and just like move forward. And so I'm grateful to every single person, and I have genuine love for every single person. And I'm so glad that I am in a much better headspace than I have been in these past 4 years. So just moving forward, you know, I have a lot of things planned. I'm doing everything mental health, of course, but I have things that I'm gonna share soon and take you guys on that journey, and I'm super excited for that. Just being more consistent with posting content, and everything isn't going to be so serious. Like, you know, I'm going to show more of like my personality, because I do want people to also understand, even if you're suffering from a mental illness, there are different versions of what depression looks like and what anxiety looks like. And I feel like God took me through every phase that you can feel or see, or, you know, whatever, when it comes to depression. And so I feel like I, on some level, can connect to any part of what someone is going through in regards to that. And so I want to make sure that I am showing all the sides, and that it's not, everyone's experience is not all the same. And I want to make sure that I'm reaching the people that I'm supposed to reach and creating a community for them, because everyone can benefit from just having a good mental health. Even if you're not suffering with your mental health, if you can prevent even getting that far, that's the goal. So I feel like mental health is such a big thing that we should all pay attention to, and that we should all work towards having a, you know, good mental health. And like me really pushing mental wellness is my purpose, and it's, you know, I'm purpose aligned right now. And so I am going to make sure that I stay that way, and really thanking God for everything and putting me into position, and just keeping me disciplined and focused, and, you know, taking me through this journey, because without God, I would not be here. Genuinely, I would not be here without God. And so I am very, very, very thankful to Him to bring me this far, and to continue to bless me and take me to new places. So yeah, I'm so excited for the future, and to continue to share with you guys, and, you know, really grow this mental wellness community, because we all deserve to have good mental wellness. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you, babe.